tricks in his bag.
You're welcome back to the Easy to Talk to podcast. I am your host, TWC Too Easy, man. It's been a minute. But we back. We are back. This is episode number 31, The Return. I took some time away because of some personal stuff. But we're gonna get into most of that. For a while I wasn't in a good space. As we all know, anybody who listened to the first 30 episodes, this show is about you guys. This show is about helping people. This show is about giving good advice, or just basically the growth of others. And I stepped away because the mindset that I was in, I wasn't in the position to give that advice. In return, I needed advice, or I wasn't in the position to help people. I needed help. And before I get on and hit this record button in front for the people, like everything is good, I decided to step away. In that time, I lost some friends, gained some friends. I found out who was really down for me, who really was gonna ride with me, no matter what. And you need those kind of things throughout life. In this past I want to say almost a year. I want to say about 10 months, something like that. But nonetheless, I'm here. I'm still standing. The show is coming back. I got a bunch of stuff lined up as far as guests goes. Merch is in the works. I just landed my first partnership slash sponsorship. I'm going to advertise it on the next episode because I want to try it first. It's a drink. It's like a kind of like G Fuel, but one of them sublets. But I want to try it first before I get to trying to sell it. I don't want to sell you no bad product or whatever. But that's that. But as far as me, as far as I go, I'm okay. I was in a really, really dark place. So back in 2005, everybody knows I'm from New Orleans, went through Hurricane Katrina and everything. And I went to live with my aunt. And this woman was like a second mom to me. Now, she used to work a lot when I was younger, so she wasn't around as much when I was younger. But boy, did we make up for that in my older years and in her older years. We made up for all of that. She passed away uh, August 31st. Um, and that really messed me up because everybody has that one person in the family that's a like a superwoman or like a superman. We all know we have to cross over one day, but some reason in your mind you feel like there's this one person in the family that's just not going to like they'll be like the oldest sibling and then the younger siblings will pass on before they do. So you're like, there's no way this person is going to leave me. And that was my person. When she passed away, it was devastating to me because the day before she passed away, I had spent all day over there. I spent all day over there with her, and she every every now and then, like the way her house was set up, her room was in the back, and when she would come out the room, if I'd be in the living room talking to like my cousin or something like that, um, she'll walk up, and then she'll just tell me something like I love you, and I'm always be me. I'm always be here. Whenever you need me, I'm here. And at first, I was like, I love you too. I call the TV. Uh, I love you too, and but towards the end of the day, I I don't know. I got like a just a little weird feeling, but that was it. I didn't really think nothing of it, and that was it. Uh, as a matter of fact, my birthday was like 2 days before. She called me, and I don't know what the heck I was doing. I was probably streaming or something. And when she called me, she left a voicemail. I still have that voicemail on my phone. I have it on my phone, and I downloaded it to my computer, and I saved it on something. So like I always have that voicemail. Uh, but one of the things that she told me uh, was she was proud of me, and that meant a lot because of my upbringing. Uh, like I said, she was like kind of in and out when I was younger, but she knew that my upbringing wasn't the best. And I don't know if anybody out there was told before that you weren't going to be anything, or uh, you were just going to be good enough to, you know, you're going to basically have to work hard to be nothing. Like that, it's really crazy when you think about it. And she was saying how that day, she was saying how I didn't let none of that stop me. And it was then I knew that I'm not one to look for validation, I guess, with anything that I do, but I felt validated in that moment. Um, so I went home like nothing, uh, and then the next day, matter of fact, I was loading up to play. I was streaming. I think, yeah, I was streaming. I was loading up to play rec, and right when I get in the lobby, set squad invites, head towards the door, I got a phone call from my cousin. And my cousin was in town because that weekend a hurricane was about to hit New Orleans. So they came up here where we were. I'm still in Louisiana. I'm just not in New Orleans. And they came up here where we were. Uh, and he called me, and I was like, man, I thought he was leaving. Like, what's going on? So when I answered, and he was like, what you doing? I was like, well, I'm just streaming right now. about to play 2K, and he's like, man, I gotta tell you something. I'm like, what's up? And that's when he told me that my aunt had passed away. And I was like, I was in shock because we were like, we were just kicking it the day before. Less than 24 hours ago, I I hugged her and kissed her goodnight and told her I loved her and that I'll see you sometime later this week because I had planned to go back over there this week or that week. And when I tell you I was so shook and I was walking around the house like a zombie for real. And y'all know how much of a family man I am as far as with my daughter and with my lady. And I didn't want to do anything. I didn't want to do anything. I'm like eat, sleep. I know for a fact I stayed up for at least 72 hours straight before I got any kind of nap or something. I know that for a fact. And it just it was so it was so crazy because even after that I I found myself like going through my phone trying to call her because I didn't call her like every day, but I did call her every so often to just check on her. But you know how I am about checking on my people. I gotta check on my people. And for about 2 weeks, I contemplated like just everything. I contemplated life as a whole. Like one thing I never did though, I never questioned God. And I felt like that was very important. But my heart was so broken, so broken. I couldn't believe it. And the day that things turned around for me was now I'm gonna tell you about my lady, right? My lady loves me, and I love her like so much. And as I'm going through, she's trying her hardest to be there for me, right? And it wasn't until I walked out the room one day and I looked her in her eyes, and the look she gave me was such a helpless look, meaning that meaning that the hurt that I was feeling, she could do nothing about, and that made her so sad. It was then when I realized that okay, I gotta try to shake back and I'm still king of this castle and that kind of thing, and I still got I've been shook to the core, but I gotta I gotta get right because my ladies they depend on me, so I gotta shake back. Um, and that's when I started to embrace others more because I'm gonna tell you I didn't talk to a damn soul. There were now there were people. Now shout out to the riders that were riding with me during this because these people would not let me shut them out. I tried my best. In the beginning, I shut everybody out. I want to say a good 4 days, 5 days. I shut everybody up. But these people took it upon themselves to be like, all right, that's enough. Like, you gonna talk to me and you gonna allow me to be there for you. Yeah. And to this day I I thank them every every chance that I get. Every chance that I get. And if I need to name drop, I will. Uh Matrix, um the Blueprint ABM, uh Lady Blue Flames, um Baby Girl Fly. Like these people like would not let me like shut them out. MacTurntup. And speaking of Mac, I'm gonna get into that a little later. Um, but just to name a few, these people would not let me like disappear, and which I that's what I wanted to do. Um, and I'm forever grateful to them. Um, so we fast forward a little bit. We have her services. She's put away like a queen, of course. Um, and then I'm starting to, get get back into uh get back into things. And the one night in particular I remember, uh I was in the party chat on PlayStation with McGrady. Uh y'all remember him from episode 24, I believe. The Kobe episode, yeah. Um and man, we sat and we talked, and like I don't know I don't know what it is about, men, we're not like expressive like that, right? Um, but uh, in this particular situation, this was this was Grady's idea, or this is Grady's way of trying to help me out of the darkness. And man, we just talked about everything about COVID and basketball, a little bit of football, but that was the first night that I actually like laughed again. And that was the beginning of me walking out of the darkness. Uh, and so, like I said, I'm forever grateful to all of you guys. Everybody who reached out, everybody who sent condolences and that kind of like, I'm super grateful. Um, so we get past that, and then I get some news about 3 weeks. No, yeah, about 3 weeks later. So as I'm getting back right, uh, I get a phone call. I had my daughter uh, evaluated for everything, for anything, everything, and I get a phone call, and the phone call was to let me know that my daughter has autism. And I was like, okay, I'm clearly being tested because my aunt, who I thought was never going to leave, or just always going to be around, was taken suddenly too. And then now I have a whole new journey to embark on with my daughter having autism. Uh, that that shook me, but it didn't it didn't break it didn't break me, but I was devastated. I was because it's not a bad thing or anything like that. It's just a different thing, or it's an adjustment that you have to, uh, like certain things you have to basically do differently. Like, I was taught, or as I was coming up, when my parents told me not to do something or whatever, and I did it anyway, I got popped, right? But for some reason, as my daughter was growing up, I couldn't I couldn't do that because I basically in my head I'm like, there's something up, like there's something. I can't just pop her because it's something, there's something up. And lo and behold, uh, we found out that she does have autism. Um, Matter of fact, the day I found out, I switched my profile picture on Twitch to like the autism. It's like a ribbon or something. I mean, not Twitch, Twitter, and it's like a little ribbon or something. That was the day that I found out. I switched it to that, and it's been that ever since. Um, but as far as like announcing it, I was waiting for this episode to announce it. Um, of course, my riders know. Uh, there's a select few that know. Um, and you know, we've been dealing with that. Uh, I've set her up on in a number of services and things like that. Um, and we're working, we're working. Um, and that's why that leads me to my co-host situation. Uh, Mac turned up. Mac turned up. Listen, there's no beef. That's still my sister. That's still my homie. Um, but she will be, as far as co-hosting, she'll be kind of in and out. Reason being is because I don't want to hold her. I don't want to hold her hostage, and because I don't have a set time where I can record anymore, or I don't have a set time where I uh, can stream and things like that. So I have to steal the time. So what I mean by that is like it's all predicated on my daughter, because when my daughter wants me, like she has to have me, and I have no problem with that. It's just I don't want to make that somebody else's problem, if that makes sense. Because basically what would have to happen for her, for Mac to be on every episode, I would have to randomly call her, be like, hey, what you doing? Let's record. And that's what I mean by holding her hostage, because she's such a great friend that she would do that for me. But me personally, I can't do that to her, because what if she got plans that day? What if she's out of town and she can't do it? Like if I call her just spur of the moment and then she can't do it, am I supposed to like then be upset? Like no, I wouldn't. I can't do that to her, because I'm a good friend and I love her that much that I can't do that to her. But so when we can schedule a time for her to be here, we will do that, and we'll move it, keep it moving like that. Um, so and for those of you that watch the show on like YouTube, I will have uh like the screen that's up where you see Easy to Talk to podcast. I have a scene with her name and without her name. So for those of y'all that she's still my co-host, she's still, it's no beef, no nothing, because I know how people like to take stuff and spin it. I just want to dead all of that shit before it even starts. As far as that goes, um, but I said all that to say that if you if you worry a lot, if you worry a lot, don't don't let people deter you from that, because it's a good and a bad thing. Of course, it's bad because of like health reasons, right? If you're like stressing all the time about stuff and things like that, nobody wants that, right? But uh, if you worry, a lot of times it's a form of caring or showing concern for something, for someone, uh, and that shouldn't be taken lightly. Uh, because, like I said, I appreciate everybody who who I come in contact with, and I appreciate them because uh, if I reached out to them through DM, or if I reached out to them through their stream, or you know some other social media, whatever, uh, they don't have to talk back to me. They don't have to talk back to me. um, but when they do, I appreciate it. I really do. I appreciate it. So as far as the show schedule, um, I'm probably I'm probably gonna try to record um once a week. I'm trying to get something out once a week. If not, probably gonna do once every 2 weeks. Um, but I know for a fact that I'm back. We're back. Those great and lasting moments are on its way. Um, More partnerships, more sponsorships, uh, giveaways, merch, uh, special guests, bigger guests. Um, I don't want it to get too big because I want to keep the theme of the show going, and the theme of the show is pretty much you got it super backwards. If you think I wouldn't rep us, because rep us is super backwards, and what I mean by that is I want to put on for people like me, like that's trying to make it. Um, Not saying that I don't want to interview someone who's quote unquote made it. Um, I just want to make sure that people like me know that there's somebody out there that cares about them, about their growth, about their situation. That we care, and it's not many spaces for people to to go and tell their story, and that's what this show is about. I want to hear your story. I want people to hear your story. I think you're dope, so therefore I want to interview you so other people can know that you're dope. Because there's not a place, of course, where you could go and be like, "Hey, I think you should come check me out because," right? And that's what this place is. Because it's for you guys. This show is not about me. It never has been about me. It's about you guys. Always. Always. Um, so with that being said, I am going to wrap this episode up. Again, I want to thank you guys for listening. I want to thank you guys for bearing with me in my absence. I want to thank those of y'all that has been rocking with me uh, through my absence, coming to my stream, checking on me via various social medias. Uh, just I can't thank y'all enough for getting me back. Y'all did this with my lady's help. Y'all did this, and so throughout the year, I'm going to every chance I get uh, show my appreciation as to how much it meant for me to have y'all in my corner. Um, I will be uploading this episode as soon as possible. It will be on iTunes and Spotify. Oh, and YouTube. Spotify, iTunes, and YouTube. So, however you choose to listen to the podcast, it will be available. I'm also going to work on getting your own title, which shouldn't be hard, but I took it off of Google Play, I believe. The numbers just wasn't that great because people really don't have Androids like that. Some people do, but not many people have Androids like that. So Google Play really wasn't an option. So I took it off. So Spotify, iTunes, YouTube, it will be up as soon as possible. But again, uh, thank you guys, thank you guys, thank you guys. Remember to be dope, grind, and believe. Man, I am out of here.
Matrix in his bag.